I went from this side to now I'm on this side.
Yeah, maybe it's because I went live first on the click. I don't
I don't
know.
know. I don't know. Like
I had the
stuff
quicker draw
happens.
today. Oh man, I'm first shooter now.
Welcome everyone to your greatest Wednesday obsession. All
I
of
hope
the
it's growing on
mess
you,
with Max and well,
Jeff.
am I pointing at you? I can't
Yes,
tell.
you are.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where they? Yeah, it throws me off. Mirrors.
Oh, we got a first like. We got our first like from Baven.
Oh yay, Baven's doing it.
Hey, Baven. She might be starting a podcast soon. I'm super excited to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see what she comes up with because she's a hoot.
Are we inspiring her?
No, it's probably Dina, to be honest with you.
Probably, yeah. If there's anybody who's doing it, it's Dina being like, "Hey, I do
100%.
this," and she's talking about it. She's like, "Oh, I should do that." Yeah.
I love Dina. I think she's just a great mentor and she keeps it real. And have you oh, she's still at work. Oh, sucks. Oh.
Oh, boo.
Have you ever went to her YouTube channel though, Dina's, and like watched some of her videos?
I haven't yet. It's on my to-do list. I mean, I watched in a span of the last 2 days. I watched over like 20 some odd YouTube videos from the different channels that I watch. With some, I mean, average of them are like 10-minute little like top 10 lists. Um,
Right.
but I'm also like, there's a few of them where it's like full on hour-long episodes where they're playing a full board game.
Oh, I love those though.
Yeah, there's a there is a YouTube channel I watch called No Rules Barred, where it's a bunch of British people. They do a weekly board game called their Board Game Club, and it's just initially it started during the pandemic, so it was all kind of like online games,
Yeah.
like online styles of board games, and now they're doing more in persons, and they do one once a week, and they're usually about an hour some odd long, and I enjoy them very much.
Yeah. We have to do a show on those soon too because I you got me into them. I mean, I don't understand the whole British thing, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But board games I can get on. But today's topic
What are
is
we talking
movies we
about
love.
today?
Movies we love
Yay!
that other people hate.
And also kind of the other way around. Movies that we don't care much for, it's just as an art taste, that for some reason everybody and their dog seems to like it.
Especially the dogs.
Oh yeah, those dogs staring at those TVs.
I
Just
forgot to
just
turn my phone on silent.
oh no. Speaking of dogs staring at TVs, I used to dog sit for a preacher of mine, and he had two dogs. And I'm watching this movie, and all of a sudden, the dog, like a dog in the movie, barks. It's just the scene where some dogs are barking, and
Arf.
these two dogs just completely lose their mind. And I think some people are like across, like back in the back alleyway, because that's where they're like barking towards. And
Yeah.
so, like, I stop the movie, I go back there, I'm like, hey, what's happening? Okay, so I rewind because it's a movie I hadn't watched before. So I'm like, okay, rewind, start it again, and boom, barking happens again, and they're losing it. And it took me at that point where it's, oh, it's these dogs barking on the TV that the
Yep.
dogs are actually reacting to.
Gunnar and Bodhi will do the same thing if they're sleeping. Like Bodhi very much watches TV. Like he'll sit
Mm-hmm.
there and he'll just be like, but Gunnar's just like, I don't know what you're staring at, and I'm gonna lay down, and then like something happens. He's like, huh, what, huh, what?
Right.
So, but yeah, we're also going to include actors that we love that
Mm-hmm.
people don't, and vice
Vice
versa.
versa.
So, you want to kick us off? You got one? You got a movie for us?
I'm going to list my top three favorite movies of just all time. And at least one of those I know for sure is just like one is one of those where it's popular, but a lot of people are like, wait, you're going to put that as a favorite?
Okay.
So my top three movies are franchise movies of all time. Goes in order: Boondock Saints,
Yes.
Dumb and Dumber,
All right.
and then Star Wars. Just Star Wars
Dumb
as
and
a
Dumber
franchise.
comes before Star Wars.
Yes. Okay. Like, and that's the thing is one. Yes, and for a long time until I watched Boondock Saints, Dumb and Dumber was my favorite movie.
Why?
Um, it speaks so much to what '90s humor was,
Okay.
and there's something about '90s humor that draws me back to a lot of '60s humor and comedy styles that we didn't get in the '70s and '80s because they were trying to do something in a different vein, and
Jeff,
they
how are we even friends right now? Like, I don't understand. Like, British and 60s, like you just summed up everything I hate. Like,
and yeah, that's and so for me,
British and 60s.
it was one of the truest definitions of early '90s comedy humor, and Carrie just carries it so well.
I love Jim Carrey. Some people are torn on him. I know. I feel you on that British stuff too. Oh, let me. That's Jacob right there.
Yep, yep. I and then and again, it's the same thing with British movies. And well, it's that's the two things that you and I think very much are kind of on polarizing opposites. I
Right.
love British TV and I love anime, and you're just like, I don't really get either of them. Let them go wherever.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Well,
I love Jim Carrey. And I do like Dumb and Dumber. I do.
right,
My
like
favorite is their latest one they came out with.
okay, the sequel to it.
Yeah, like the one that was made like 20 years later.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I didn't watch that one because again, it's kind of like the whole. I made that mistake of doing it with Super Troopers,
oh yeah, oh
to
yeah, that was
where
bad.
the first Super Troopers is so funny. It's
Yes,
so hilarious. It plays so well, and then they wait forever to make a sequel, and all the sequel is hey, let's rehash these same jokes that people laughed at before, and
but
just
the
drag
same
them
could be
out longer.
said about Boondock Saints.
The second Boondock Saints, 100%.
Yep, yep.
It
See,
that
I
one
love
that one's a
Boondock
cash
Saints.
grab. I absolutely love the first one. Like I said, it's my favorite movie of all time. It has everything that I want out of a movie.
I literally have like three separate tattoos because of that movie.
Right, right. Which means that how deeply it speaks to you.
Oh, I love that movie. I absolutely love that movie.
But the second one, to me, has always felt like just a quick cash grab.
Okay, so I don't think I can include Star Wars in this topic because of the fan base of Star Wars. I don't think we can.
Are you talking about the people who treat it like three separate trilogies instead of one long saga?
Well, I'm just saying like Star Wars in a whole, like they have a freaking theme park, okay?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
they do.
I
And
don't
that's the
think
thing.
it could be.
No, it's not one of those and like I said, it's not all of these are ones that most people dislike and I like. It's for me, it's the fact of Dumb and Dumber. When I tell people it's one of my favorite movies of all time, that I absolutely love the heck out of it. And yes, it has a fan base. There's a lot of people who are like, really, that's your favorite?
Hey,
Like
you like what
you
you
have
like.
to you know have to defend your favorite on this one, and me being like, why? It seems harder for me to be like, why don't you have it as one of your top favorite comedies of all time?
I don't think it's one of my top favorite comedies of all time. It would be up there though, pretty close, because I do enjoy it and I love Jim Carrey. I do. You know, bar his legal issues right now.
Right,
Um,
right.
but Jim
Like the
Carrey is an
actor, not always his inhuman decisions.
yeah, like Jim Carrey. So he's a good actor that some people love, and then some people just love to hate it. Adam Sandler, he is my
Falls
all-time
into the same.
favorite comedian actor. I love him. But
Right.
some people don't like his movies. Like if anyone's ever seen his first ever movie, Going Overboard, they're
Oh
like,
yeah.
"What is this shit?" And I'm like, "It's gold."
Right. And when it falls onto, Adam Sandler movies, it falls into that same to where it's either you absolutely love them because you view Adam Sandler as very funny and creative and humorous in his own way, or you view it as okay, I'm just going to sit through an hour and a half of kid of essentially an adult doing kid humor and potty jokes. Great.
I mean, I feel like that's my life anyway.
Right. Like
So
that's the thing is if you want to if you want to bark down on it, that's the two that you go with. But I feel like that's ridiculous.
yeah. Another actor that I am torn about, and a friend brought this up to me today. Nicolas Cage. On one
Nick,
side, good.
yeah, no, I'm very much more than likely I'm gonna state the same thing that you'll say. Where on one end of it, he makes some amazing movies, plays great in them, and then if we go with recency bias, it's like, what's this guy doing?
No, like I have the three most terrible movies ever made. Um, so we've already talked about this like the first episode, but
Mm-hmm.
Between Worlds, The
Right.
Ruins, and Transformers: Age of Extinction. Worst three movies ever made. You could not pay me to watch these movies again.
Okay.
You could not. I don't know
Um.
what's going on with Nick Cage. I like him like Scarface or not Scarface. I'm sorry. Face Off, Gone in 60 Seconds. Snake Eyes. Is that it?
I think so.
Yeah. Love those movies. Loved him as an action star. National Treasure. Love
Right. Yeah.
those
I,
movies.
I I even like him in Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider. I mean, that's one of those movies that people either they love it or they can't stand it. I like Ghost Rider.
As Bevan just said, Con Air.
Oh, I gotta go back to the comments.
Okay. No. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Going back to Bevan's comment though, she actually said something the other day here. Superbad is my favorite movie of all time, and I was just talking with my mom today that I really think Post Malone would be a better fit as Dom's brother than John Cena. John Cena should not be an actor. I 100% agree with you. I cannot stand John Cena.
I actually enjoy John Cena. I actually
Oh my
watched the
god.
and this isn't a and here's the thing. I didn't like him when he was a wrestler. I felt whenever he went through the Super Cena era of he never loses, he has his five moves, he's just gonna lay the same stuff. He's just gonna sell merch. I don't like him and as a wrestler. Personally don't. But as an actor, I find him very funny. I think he's very self-aware of his position within Hollywood and within acting. And
Have
I
you
think
seen Cock Blockers?
yeah, even still, again,
Okay.
self-aware, and kind of humors on him, like, and kind of goofs on him, who he is as an actor.
I don't know, man. You know what? You see. This is exactly what this episode's about.
Right. Well, like he
Cannot
has the
stand
HBO
him.
show now, Peacemaker from
Peacemaker.
Suicide Squad, and again,
Yep.
it's just him being like, "Hey, I'm super patriotic," kind of, and goofing on that, and I like
Okay, but
that.
how much of that is his acting, and how much of it is that's the
It
script
is
that was written for
writing,
him? Yeah.
right? But then again, let's say it is the script written for him, right? And he knows how to play it really well on that kind of a script.
When does it become like the same character over and over and over again?
Whenever it's five movies and it's the exact same.
Okay. All right. So he has about like one movie left, is what you're
He has
telling me.
about well, okay, and he's been in more movies than that, but yes, he has about 1 to 2 movies where he plays that guy again before we start to get Rock in his early career.
I like Rock though. You know what? Even though he plays almost the exact same character every single time, that's his niche. That's his
Right.
niche. I think he does great on delivery. I believe that he's a believable actor, and I like Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Okay.
I absolutely.
Um,
What do you think about the Rock?
I'm actually a big fan of his stuff.
Cool.
Again, I was in. I'll admit, early in his early career, when he first left wrestling to go to Hollywood and get into the
Oh, when he still
acting
had
thing,
hair.
right? I was just like, okay, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, but he should have stayed in wrestling because he's good. One, he's good on off the cuff improv promos, and he's good on making moves that shouldn't work totally work. But
Yeah.
in his early acting, I felt like it was all he. I felt like he chewed the scenery in a lot of his movies. About the first
Really?
3 4 movies. Um, so the first one that he did, where he pretty much was the Scorpion King one.
Okay. Yeah, that was a really good movie.
The only thing that it wrote is the success of the Mummy films. And by the
Yep.
time that one came out, it was kind of like new material, please.
Right.
And
No, I can understand that.
then after that one, whenever he did the Tooth Fairy film,
I like that movie.
Don't get me wrong, I enjoy it. But I enjoy it for the wrong reasons. I enjoy it because to me it's so corny and cheesy,
Okay.
and Rock
Okay.
does eat up those scenes that he's in, and it's
Yep.
so over the top. The Rock playing as a Tooth Fairy.
I can't agree with
about that.
I can't agree with that statement because just a couple years after they did the same thing with Larry Cable Guy and Tooth Fairy 2.
Right.
What is Jacob showing us here? Jacob,
again,
we cannot click on images
links?
if that's
JPEGs?
links.
But I feel like the first movie that I really was like, hey, I'm actually enjoying The Rock for playing as The Rock was
Okay, what he shared is Dwayne the Croc Johnson, and it's a picture of a croc with Rock's head on it. That's what Jacob was trying to share.
Okay. Was whenever he was playing as the football coach. It was like him. I wish I could remember the movie. It's not coming to me off the top of the head.
No, but it's him and his daughter.
No. This is the one where it's him and I think a rapper was the other one, and they're coaching like a street football team, like an inner city football team. And it's like,
is that the Gridiron?
That might have been the name of the movie. Again,
let's find out.
Okay.
You can keep talking. I'm just going to keep looking.
And again, I remember watching that. I remember the premise, and I remember being like, "Hey, here's The Rock not playing as The Rock, but instead playing closer to who he was whenever he was doing like trying to get into the NFL with his football career after he graduated from Miami."
I mean, yeah, Gridiron Gang. That's what it was.
That's it.
I don't know, like, I guess because he's come out in so many different movies now that, like, the one-offs for me, like The Mummy, and things like that, or The Scorpion King, like, it just doesn't really affect it because you take, like, he's been in Jungle Cruise, Red Notice, Pain and Gain, Hercules, like, Central Intelligence, where he has, like, he could take a real serious role and freaking nail it, and then he could take a funny role and ham it up.
Oh yeah, like that's what I like whenever he does in Gone in 60 Seconds. He's playing as a serious character, but he knows how to ham that role up to where it fits perfectly.
Do you mean Fast and Furious?
What did I say? Gone in 60 Seconds?
You did.
Freaking Nick Cage. But yeah.
See, that guy always comes around.
Right. But yes.
Back to him though. Back to him. So I have Jamie who likes a Nick Cage film. And then I have like Mercedes, our friend Mercedes, who cannot stand him.
Is it the same film?
No, just Nick Cage in general.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just like, I don't have an opinion about him. I've watched a couple good movies from him. I've watched a couple horrible movies from him. And then I watched a film where he was in it, but didn't even have one line.
Really?
Willy's Wonder House.
You're talking about the new one that he did. That's kind of like the knockoff Five Nights
at Freddy's. Yep.
Okay.
He did not say not one thing the entire movie.
Weird.
Yeah, he just kind of like stood there like.
And the crazy thing is, he got paid to do that.
I wish somebody would pay me just to stand somewhere.
Well, you're not Nicolas Cage, so unfortunately, you don't get that kind of leeway.
Listen, if I was Nicolas Cage, I never would have done Between Worlds. I would have been like, no.
I'm curious. When did he do Between Worlds?
Oh gosh, you're gonna make me pull out.
General. I mean, you don't have to give me an exact year.
2018.
Okay, so recent.
Yeah.
So again,
I can double check that.
He's at that point where it's hey, I'm just needing to be in a movie to make some money, and I'll take whatever script comes across that looks okay.
2018.
You were right. You were right.
Yep. Yep. Some of my favorite movies, The Princess Bride.
Great movie.
I love that movie. I love Boondock Saints. Um, I used to do this thing every time I got into a relationship. Whoever I was starting to date, I would show them that movie. And depending on how hard they judged me at a certain scene,
We all know the
would
scene.
would determine if we were gonna make it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, that's a good determining scene too, depending
I
on their
for
reaction of it.
Right. Which you recently showed your girlfriend that movie,
Yes.
and my first question wasn't if she liked it, but how'd she react to the cat?
Yeah. Yeah. Which her reaction to it was such this kind of disbelief, and it was just like, wait, did that happen? Which is literally what's said in the movie too. Like, did that just really happen? It's
Yes.
like, yes,
Norman Reedus. Norman Reedus at his finest.
yeah.
What's another Transformer movies? I like most of them.
I only liked the first two.
Yeah, that's pretty much where it went downhill. I gave Dark Side of the Moon a
Um,
chance.
there was a part midway through this, like, okay, yes, it'd be about 2/3 of the way through the second film,
Yeah.
where it's just the scene that makes no sense, where it's more or less just a fighty explosion to have a fighty explosion because it's Michael Bay.
You
And I
don't
was just
say.
and I was just like, oh, so it only took him a movie and a half for him to decide that this is what he wants to do to the franchise.
Yep. Just blow everything up.
Yep. And at that point, I kind of quit paying attention because it didn't appeal to me anymore. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind good explosions. I don't mind good fight scenes. I actually very much enjoy those.
But not when Michael
But
Bay does it.
but the way that Michael Bay does it is, hey, this is happening, explosion for no reason.
That's just what he does, like in every single movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's this is probably going to get me shanked. A movie that I do not enjoy, that everyone thinks is the greatest thing ever, especially coming from a horror fan. You can't really see it because it's dark, but that's like
Mm.
horror movie collectibles up there. Um, can 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 you not? Can you lay down? Thank you. Um,
I think Piper's going to
night
even be upset at this one.
right. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ouch, bud.
I can't stand
Maybe
it.
maybe it's because I just like all of Tim Burton's stuff so much that I don't. I it's for well, okay. So here's my question: do you not like it because it's a Christmas movie, and we know that you're not a Christmas movie
No, I don't
person?
like it because of how overplayed it is.
Okay, so for you, it's just more the fact of oversaturation.
Yep.
Whenever it
Yep.
first came out, whenever you first watched it, did you like it before it became that?
Ooh.
Her and I've discussed this. Her and I have discussed this one, and her it does fall more into. That's why the question I asked you
Yeah.
do you not like it because it's a Christmas film? And Keys is not a big fan of Christmas films,
I mean, I'm not a fan of Christmas either. And
which
no, that's not really what gets it for me. It's just it's so overplayed. Like to be honest with you, I liked Beetlejuice the first 17 times I watched it. Not a fan now.
just too much oversaturation of it. I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
Everyone's like, ooh, 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 look at this, look at this, look at this. And I'm just like, stop.
I got
Stop.
I got that way with Frozen.
Yep.
I actually enjoyed Frozen the first time I watched it,
I'm
and
that way
then
with Encanto right now.
everybody talked about it so much that it kind of killed it for me.
Yep. Yep. Same way with Encanto that my wife has literally made me watch 37 times.
Mm.
Say you didn't, babe. Say it. Say you didn't. There was one time I came home from work. It was on the TV. It was ending. She stopped it because it ended. We went into the bedroom to go to sleep, and she restarted it. And I was like,
Oh, she's
"You,
coming back at you with. She's coming back at you with them. She's coming back at you with them.
you know what? Whatever."
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever. Let's think of okay. I'll go to some of
Okay.
our Facebook comments that we had.
Okay. Well, while you're still looking at that one, I'll go with a movie that back in its day everybody talked about. Everybody was like, "Oh, it's so great." It won a bunch of awards, but it's a
Hmm.
film that, for me myself, I never got into it. I've watched it two times because the first time I watched it because hey, everybody else was watching it,
Right.
and then the second time I watched it, it was hey, was I did I misjudge this movie? And that movie is Titanic.
Okay.
I have never been a fan of Titanic. To me, it's I get that the whole thing is, oh, it's a romance movie and it's telling a historical tale. For me, what I didn't like is they're commercializing on other people's tragedy and trying to throw a romance story over the top of it.
That's like literally Hollywood.
I mean, but a tragedy on that scale,
Yeah. Yeah. Have you not seen any like
I mean, but
timepieces from
okay,
like
yes, no, like okay, I get
Sparta,
I
300?
right,
Like,
I get war based films. I get that because that's during wartime. This is something that happens that is a tragedy not due to war. This is a tragedy due to misgivings and more of a natural thing with the ship hitting an iceberg.
oh, okay, but like, okay, this is gonna sound really insensitive. One, at that time that the movie was released, there was only one survivor, so
Right.
not that many people to get mad. And two, like, okay, look at okay, 9/11. 9/11 is a very touchy subject,
Yep. Yep.
even this far at this moment, right?
Right. Right.
Um,
Over 20 years ago.
you're telling me that all of the disaster movies that blow New York up don't have a love scene in it?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Even Godzilla has a love scene in it.
Right. But can you tell me when Godzilla happened? Oh wait, it hasn't because it's fantasy. It didn't really happen. Nobody actually has
Or
died
it's a
from a
metaphor.
Godzilla attack.
Or it's a metaphor for 9/11.
It's actually a Godzilla is a metaphor for the nuclear attacks that were and nuclear science that was happening
Oh,
during
you mean
World War
about the
II.
nuclear attacks where a lot of people died?
Yes, yes, and again, well, and again, saying, "Hey, here's what happens whenever you mess with nature in that way and throw a whole bunch of um, chemical kind of things into an ocean."
I mean, that's like every day. No, I just don't think that the tragedy aspect of it, like, yes, it was a tragedy, but America as a whole has had so many tragic moments in history
Right.
that do we do we not bring joy into those tragic moments at all?
Okay, so for me, if we're putting it in this kind of way, right?
Yeah.
It would be like if somebody decided to make and maybe it's been made and I just hadn't noticed it. If somebody decided to make a romance movie, right, about the plane that's about a couple that's in the plane that's crashing into the World Trade Center that day.
Yeah, there are actually several movies that hit at that.
Really,
So
to me that seems tasteless.
have you ever watched Grey's Anatomy? Like they
Um,
literally killed half their cast. Spoiler alert, killed half their cast in a plane accident.
but was it the 9/11 plane accident?
No, but does it have to be specific to hit home?
It doesn't have to be specific to hit home, but that's what I'm saying. Like whenever you use Titanic as the example, it's that specific event.
I mean, I
I
mean,
mean, well,
Pearl Harbor.
right, right. And again,
I
wartime.
think Pearl Harbor is more of a tragedy for the United States than Titanic was.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing on that one. I'm also not a big
But
fan of
they
Pearl
made
Harbor the
millions.
movie.
First couple times wasn't bad.
The first watch through just because it was decent shooting, like cinematography.
You know what's a movie that everyone's going crazy about right now that I can't stand?
What movie is that?
The Batman.
You went and
Can't stand
watched
it.
it. You went and
Can't
watched it.
I can't stand it. I watched it for free because I wasn't going to spend my money on something I knew that was going to be horrible for me.
Hmm.
My wife literally turned to me and goes, "Is he going to be constipated the entire movie?"
You made a joke the other day, and I'm going to repeat this joke because it's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Is, oh man, he really took that acting lesson from. I can't even think of her name
Kristen
right.
Stewart.
There we go. I had it, and then
Jamie
I just
actually
got
made
ahead of
that.
the joke. Okay,
Yeah,
Jamie made that joke.
Jamie
That's
actually made
hilarious.
that joke,
I
and I went,
loved that joke. I loved that joke. He really took his acting lesson from Kristen Stewart really well. Perfect.
"Yep,
Perfect.
yep." Look, that movie was 3 hours long.
It's a movie that could have been an hour and a half. You cut out
Yeah,
half the
because
stuff.
nothing really interesting happened for me. Nothing
Right.
really interesting happened in that movie for an hour and a half.
Right. And by that time you're like you've given up on it.
Yeah, at that point, I'm like, what? Oh, something's happening. Oh, an explosion. Hi, Mercedes!
Mercedes.
We've already talked about you like 3 times tonight, so
Yeah,
feel
yeah, with,
special.
with her dislike of Nicolas Cage. Did you
She
find the
hates
Did you
him.
find the Facebook comment that you were wanting to go to?
I did. Okay, so we're going to start with Allison, one of our
Okay,
dear friends who I love, and I'm sure you
Allison's
love as
great.
well.
Oh yeah,
Um,
she joined us heavily for our MCU conversation.
yep, yep. Pulp Fiction. I just don't get it. That was the first comment that she made. The second one is, and I'm not a Nicolas Cage fan.
So she's not alone. So Mercedes isn't alone. She has a friend in Allison when it comes to Nicolas Cage.
Yep,
Um,
exactly.
I absolutely love Pulp Fiction.
I adore Pulp Fiction. Like Samuel L.
I
Jackson and John Travolta.
um, I just really, really, really enjoy Tarantino films. I really do.
Right.
And so Pulp Fiction definitely lies heavy into that one.
So we just started talking about Allison, and here she is.
She just jumps on.
Yeah,
She
she's
must
like, I
have
had
hurt
to finish
herself.
dinner. Right? She's like, oh, they're about to talk about me. I gotta go.
Yeah, yeah. It's about 30
Um,
minutes in. It's time they talk about me.
I like Tarantino films. Who was it? You and I were at work the other day.
It's what actually started this whole, hey, this is what we should talk about.
Yep.
It was a conversation that you and I were having where Angela had mentioned something, one of our front desk workers, and Katrina made a comment on being not a fan of such and such movie.
And it
And
shook me.
yeah, you seriously like, wait, what?
She said she didn't like Star Wars. She didn't like Pulp Fiction. She
She
didn't
didn't like
like.
anything by Tarantino. She said he was too violent of a director,
She
which
said The
again,
Village sucked, which The Village wasn't great, but
I
it was
mean,
needed.
it's low on the M Night Shyamalan films if we're basing it again off a director who makes great movies.
Right.
I still won't ever forgive him for his
Because that's what she was
interpretation
talking.
of Avatar: The Last Airbender. But beyond
You know
that,
what?
I
I didn't
enjoyed
mind
it.
it. I didn't mind that movie. I actually liked it, and I
Okay,
watched the cartoon.
see, there's the thing that you're one of the rare few who enjoys the film that everybody else says, dude, you ruined it. You really missed the mark.
Well, I mean, I think he missed the mark. I do. However, Wrathborn in that movie,
Mhm.
um, nobody realized at first that that was the guy from Twilight,
Okay.
and to see him play Jasper on Twilight and then go to Avatar and be
Mhm.
a completely different type of person,
Right.
you're just I think that's what made the movie great, to be honest with you. I
Okay,
think they could have kept going though.
so I you made a comment a couple of weeks ago to where it's the whole you not liking Phoenix's the Joker because you
Yep.
felt it could be if it would have not been the Joker, if it would have just been a guy who dresses up as a clown and does these kind of things, and it wouldn't have had the Joker tagline with DC, you would have enjoyed it. But the fact that it was them treating it as an origin story for the Joker is what ruined it for you. I
Yeah, it
feel
didn't make
this.
any sense.
I feel the same way about Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay.
If you would have just called it a fantasy elemental bending film and gave it any other name besides Avatar: The Last Airbender, changed up characters' names,
They
I would have been
couldn't have
like,
done they couldn't have done that because of the specific of Avatar of Aang. Like
right.
they couldn't have.
I'm saying if they would have put it in a different direction
Okay.
than that, still made it a fantasy elemental bending fighting film, fantasy fighting film,
Okay.
and called it like The Elements or The Benders or something like that.
But like if they would have like just changed the characters' names, like you just it wouldn't have been able to because it did follow the story very closely where things actually happened in sequence like in the show.
I mean,
It
for
would have
me,
been a
I feel,
huge copyright. Huge copyright.
right. Well, what I'm saying, like for me, that's hard, a little bit hard to believe, just due to they stuffed essentially the entire first chapter into one movie.
I agree. They shouldn't have done that. They missed the mark. They left out a couple really important details and things that I really would have liked to see live action. Um, I think there's a dog trying to break into my room.
Oh no!
It would be
And
better if you didn't. Okay.
I agree with Keys on a statement that she just made there. Yeah, the pronunciation of names was just atrocious.
Like what?
Aang wasn't pronounced right.
How'd they pronounce Aang? I don't remember.
Ong.
Oh,
The
they
whole
said,
time it was Ong.
but that's dialect for you. Like that's 100% dialect. Like 100% wherever you come from is how you're going to pronounce it.
Right, but if a character is already established as their name being pronounced a certain way throughout the entire series,
True.
then you start changing up, and your excuse is, "Oh, this is how people would have said it from this area." We already have it established that this is how people within the show called people of that area of those names.
Okay, I still liked it. I still enjoyed it. I would actually I didn't watch it that long ago. For the like fourth time. Not that long ago. Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, so who's the, okay? So yeah, Keona had posted something with this.
This is my favorite.
Absolutely hating on Channing Tatum, but everybody loves him and thinks he's so good looking.
Yeah, I can't stand Channing Tatum. I can't.
He's grown on me over the years. The more movies where I see where he's not being the exact same guy and just only playing for the looks.
Okay, I enjoyed him in Step Up.
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't look fake in that movie. Is the best way I can describe that.
Right.
22 or 21 Jump Street.
The Jump Street movies, I do very much like him in.
I don't
No,
because I like the original better. I like the original better.
I mean, he just did Lost City.
He did Lost City. I haven't had a chance to see that. He did Free Guy, as my beautiful wife is letting everyone know.
Well, did he do Free Guy?
He did.
I
He
thought
did.
Ryan Reynolds was Free Guy.
Yep, Ryan Reynolds is Free Guy. However,
Oh, yeah,
there's more.
Tatum is in it as well.
Listen,
Yeah.
I know that like Ryan Reynolds is like our boy crush for actors.
Yep.
I get it, but I'm gonna blow your mind. There are more than just Ryan Reynolds in Ryan Reynolds movies.
What? You're talking
I
about
know.
other people in Deadpool movies? I thought it was Ryan Reynolds played as other people in Deadpool movies. I'm just like, man, that Ryan Reynolds has range.
They're like, oh my god, there's other people in that movie. I'm like, what? No way. So I had to go back and rewatch all of his movies to make sure. But no, I can confirm there are people besides Ryan Reynolds in Ryan Reynolds movies.
All right. Well, my blown.
He plays okay, have you seen Ready Player One?
Yes, not a big fan of it, just because I like how the books are.
We'll get to that in a minute. So, okay, so you go into a virtual reality of sorts, and you have your character.
Mm-hmm.
Channing Tatum plays somebody's character in Free Guy. That's what I was getting at.
Okay, okay. Adam Driver's a great actor.
Eh, eh,
I liked him in Silence.
yeah.
He played really great in that one.
I
And
don't
in
think that he's a
Black
bad actor. I
Klansman,
just don't have an opinion.
you haven't seen him in enough stuff to really build a.
Yep, yep.
And is it that and the fact that he's Kylo?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I think he did fairly well as Kylo. But I haven't seen enough from him yet to like one of my favorite actors. Not so much recently, but back in like early 2000s, we'll say, was Chad Michael Murray.
Okay.
I thought that Chad Michael Murray had a lot of range. He did One Tree Hill, Cinderella Story, House of Wax. Like I could literally name his filmography, but he was on Star. Uh, I thought he had great range. He really honed in on like anger roles, which I really liked. Um, I haven't seen enough from Adam to judge. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
No, no, it totally makes sense.
Jamie's saying Avatar.
I'm not sure if she's saying is that Avatar
The
is a
blue
movie.
people. The blue
Well, the
people
question
Avatar.
is that a movie she enjoys, or is that a movie she doesn't enjoy that most people do enjoy?
Oh, that's 100% a movie that she enjoys. I can tell you that. However, I think she's saying Channing Tatum in Avatar.
Is an Avatar?
Is he in Avatar and I don't know it?
I've only watched Avatar once and didn't care much for it, in my own opinion. Oh, okay.
Girl, there's something wrong with you. Channing Tatum is not in Avatar.
Oh, that's where she's going
Oh,
with.
that's what you're
There's an
saying. Okay.
Avatar in free.
Woo! I
Gotcha.
was just like, yeah, that's the word I was trying to look, but I feel like we already said Avatar too many times. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. So I like Free Guy. I like Free Guy. I like movies like that from Adam Sandler and Ryan Reynolds. Like 100%, Ryan Reynolds is one of my favorite actors because I feel like he can do anything and he puts his own spin on everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well. Speaking of movies that have a loose video game base that most people enjoy, I'm a big fan of the Super Mario Brothers movie. Most people absolutely hate
Ah,
it. Most people absolutely hate it. For me,
oh, I
it's a
loved it.
nostalgia trip. It's a complete nostalgia trip.
Oh my
None of the
God, I
like,
loved
and here's the
that.
thing: none of the references in the movie are correct.
No, none of
They're
them.
all terribly, horribly wrong. It follows
Yeah,
nothing from any of the video games, minus here's a character named Mario. Here's his brother
but
Luigi.
Luigi,
They're both plumbers. Um, here's this guy. We're going to call him King Koopa. He's
what
not
a
this
jerk.
giant. He's not this like lizard thing until the very end.
Yep.
And you're in
And
a
I
place
believe
that
that's one of the first movies that we saw John Leguizamo in.
yes,
I
it
think
is one
that's
of our
one of them
first
that,
John. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's one of the first John. How? Yeah.
Leguizamo.
Well, you know what's fun? Yeah. You gave it an interesting pronunciation of his name. Yeah,
That's how I've heard it say.
Leguizamo. So,
Yes, that's a great
who's a
movie.
great um he him and the person who was in the who played Mario in it. I can never think of who that is. It always
Bob
skips me.
Hoskins.
That's it, Hoskins. That was from Who Framed Peter Rabbit.
Yeah, yeah, that guy.
No,
Yeah,
Roger Rabbit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
I knew what you meant.
Yep, yep.
Both those
So
rabbits are guilty, if you ask me.
they both doing things they shouldn't do. Them wascally rabbits.
Wesley, it's a Wabbit season.
So they both have stated that when it got to like the production and direction, all the crazy stuff that was happening in that film, because the director and the producer were fighting, because the two directors who were directing it really did not understand how to turn a video game into a movie,
Right.
especially a video game like that. they both openly have said, like in interviews and stuff, they just drank the whole time they were there. They just heavily drank and then was told, hey, go on set. And so they did. So they'd go onto the set, say their lines, stumble through it, and then go back and drink some more.
Can I get that job?
Be an actor.
That'd be great. I want to be. That's actually on my bucket list. Because of how much I love the film industry. So if anyone, is watching and wants to give me my shot, let me know.
All right.
I'm here.
Jamie just posted something. Is this a film that I've never heard of?
You've never heard of Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything?
No.
Wesley Snipes is in a freaking dress. He's a drag queen.
Okay. No, I have not seen this.
It's even...
I know, but
oh my god. Patrick Swayze.
Here's the thing. The way that you guys are reacting is the same way that I react to whenever people have never seen Ghibli films, so I get it.
Okay. I can see that. But it's literally John Leguizamo, Patrick Swayze, and Wesley Snipes as drag queens.
Okay, that actually sounds like a really funny premise.
Yeah, RuPaul is in it for a very split second. And it's a great movie. Like, I'm gonna have to let you borrow it.
Okay.
I think it's freaking hilarious.
Whenever I read that, I was like, okay, is this some kind of like Asian film that's really funny? Like a Shaolin soccer kind of thing?
Even Jamie says I'll let you borrow it.
All right. Okay, I'll have to watch it then, because
oh my god.
Yeah, I'm reading this and I'm like, that's weird because I watch quite a good amount of Asian cinema.
Not a fan.
Well, I just mean like, not even, I'm talking beyond anime. I mean, just like a bunch of Chinese-based films, a lot of the Jackie Chan martial arts films, the Ip Man movies.
Not a fan.
Really? Anything with Donnie Yen?
Not a fan. I'm not a fan of the Kung Fu movies. I have grown to appreciate them more now that I'm older. But just...
yeah, no, for me growing up, it was just because of my uncles. I had a few of them who were really, really into Kung Fu movies and Asian cinema and, Chinese karate film, like Chinese martial arts films and Japanese karate films and even, Korean dramas. And so I really got into Asian cinema.
Yeah, not Jamie. One of Jamie's favorite movies is Memoirs of a Geisha.
Solid movie.
I don't like it. Don't like it. It's not for me. But I had my stepdad when I was growing up. There was two things about that man that he absolutely loved, and it was Kung Fu movies, like karate movies of any sort, and Dragon Ball Z. And I can't stand either one of those. So,
let me see if I'm going to name this movie right. Because
probably not.
That's why I'm looking up to make sure I get the right one.
So sorry. Okay. Today's been a rough day.
Which movie does she say that she loves? The
Memoirs of a Geisha.
Or Memoirs of a Geisha. Good movie. I know it's not for you. You were speaking about not being a fan of Asian films or Kung Fu movies. How do you feel, though, about one of my favorite spoofs on a Kung Fu movie, Kung Pao Enter the Fist?
Okay, so I've watched that movie 2 times.
Okay.
First time I was just like, all right, okay. Second time was, do I really feel this way about this movie after all these years? Let me watch it again. Mm-hmm. What was the actor's name? I can't stand him as an actor, to be honest with you.
Steve Oderkirk.
Is that who I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
Kung Pao, right?
The main guy?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
I find him funny. While you've watched it 2 times, I probably watched it closer to 200 times. For a while, I had it on DVD, and I just would watch it. It was my background movie for a little while. Those movies that you just have on your DVD player that you just hit play whenever you're wanting to do something else.
Aladdin and Boondock Saints.
Boondock Saints was that one for me. Euro Trip was another one for like that for me
Ooh,
for a
that was
long
a good
time.
one.
And then Kung Pao Enter the Fist was that one for me for a while.
Okay, okay,
Just,
all right.
just because there's so many like stupid lines in there, I'll admit it's a stupid movie. It
Well,
is
late
very dumb.
'90s, early 2000s was the year of, or like the decade of spoof movies.
Hmm. Yeah,
Pardon my face.
you know. I mean, here's the thing. I liked that movie, but after so many times, I'd probably be in the same boat as you. Like, come on. I really, 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 really don't want to talk about Bruno anymore ever again.
Yep. Um, Another movie I just thought of that I really enjoyed and other people didn't.
Hmm.
The girl version of Ghostbusters.
Haven't convinced myself I want to watch it. I saw it
It,
on I saw part of it on TV one time, and said maybe.
I like it. Well, I also love Melissa McCarthy. So,
Right. It had a cast, and I think that you enjoy.
yep, yep. And that really carried it for me. Did I
The
click on
Grinch
that
with
again, or
Jim
did you?
Carrey. I didn't touch it.
Oh, I think I hit something. Yeah, The
Okay.
Grinch with Jim Carrey. That was actually the first DVD I ever owned.
It's one of my favorite Disney movies, just in general.
Jamie absolutely loves it. During during Christmas time, this woman tries to get me to watch it every single night, and I've had to put a law down that she really doesn't stick to. That she can watch it once every 2 weeks
Mm.
during Christmas
So,
time.
so as I have mentioned earlier in the show, I do enjoy Christmas movies. I grew up watching them. For me, they draw a lot of memories back to my mom, who was all about Christmas movies. So they hold a very special place in my heart.
Right, right.
However, there's a Christmas movie that almost everybody else is all about that I just can't get into. And it's crazy for me to say I can't get into it because I love him and all of his other stuff. It's Elf.
I can't
I'm
stand
not a
it.
fan of Elf. And
I
I
cannot stand
love
it.
Will Ferrell. Talladega Nights is one of my favorite mid 2000s comedies.
Jamie absolutely loves Elf.
Yeah.
And I can't stand it. Will Ferrell, I like Talladega Nights.
I like Tropic
Just
Thunder. Not Tropic Thunder. Semi Pro. He's in a he's
semi-pro.
he's in a basketball team that has tropics in it.
Get
That's
Hard
yep.
with
Get Hard,
was
the
that
Dewey Cox story.
that's Walking Hard. Get
Okay.
Hard is Kevin
Oh, with Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. There we go. I was like, why
Yeah.
can't I remember his last name?
Yeah. You
Um,
and I were thinking the same things because I was like, oh yeah, the other guy from Talladega Nights, he did the Walk Hard one. Yeah.
Ooh, this is going to be a double whammy for me. So one movie I don't like Will Ferrell in,
Hmm.
and I don't like the movie at all. I don't like the actors in it at all because we're running out of time. Zoolander.
Hit or miss for me with Zoolander.
I
I have to
can't
be in the
stand.
right mood. I have to be in the right mood. I'm not a big Ben Stiller fan.
Not a Stiller fan, and I am not an Owen Wilson fan.
Right. Right. For you, it
I
probably doesn't have
cannot
a single
stand him.
actor that you like outside of maybe Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
And Will Ferrell in that one is so over the top that I
horrible.
could see it being totally being against you.
My wife just found this out.
Oh, now don't get me wrong. There are some funny lines from Zoolander that I
There
like
is.
the whole "How can you even fit these people in there?" with the
Yep.
this. It's one of my favorite go to lines.
Yep.
What is this, a school for ants?
Or the computer thing.
Right. It's in the computer. It's in
Yep.
the computer.
I'm not a fan. I am not. And I'm not a Ben Stiller fan. Meet the Parents was all right. Meet the Fockers, all right.
Okay. Okay.
Jerry licked my balls. Okay,
She
okay.
went for him. She's just going for it.
Jeff, I might have to come sleep on your couch tonight.
You might not have a house. She'll be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
let's watch the Zoolander movies," and you're like, "Oh, bad,
No, she
bad."
literally made me watch it just the other night, which is made me
Is what made you
remember it.
trigger for it. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not an Owen Wilson fan at all. I understand that some people love him. Um, I'd take Luke Wilson over Owen Wilson any day.
Until I started really getting into Wes Anderson films.
Okay.
I was more of a Luke than an Owen, but the more time that I started watching Wes Anderson films, I was like, oh, Owens actually has a really great range, and he's actually pretty funny. Like in as a bit of a self-deprecating way,
Yeah.
but like knows how to play his role well.
I'm gonna blow everyone's mind. Everyone in America is gonna hate me. You ready?
Hear it.
Matthew McConaughey.
If
What's your
it
opinion?
I'm not the biggest fan of him.
I'm not the biggest fan. I think he's a great actor. I will say that. I do think that Matthew McConaughey is an amazing actor. However, when I'm watching a commercial or a trailer for something, and it's like,
Mhm.
pa, 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 Matthew McConaughey, I'm like, next.
And that's
All right, all
back to
right,
back.
all right.
That's why for me with Matthew McConaughey, because he's known for that line, and he
Yep.
puts it in everything he can, and that's what people know him for, and it allows him to play Matthew McConaughey playing Matthew McConaughey in yet another movie. Don't
Yeah,
get
I
me
think
wrong.
he's a great actor, though. I do.
Don't get me wrong. I like him in Lincoln Lawyer,
Ooh, good movie.
and I like him.
Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, Dallas Buyers Club.
Yep.
Great movie with him.
You know which movie that if you're looking at the premise of the movie that I would enjoy better than Dallas Buyers Club?
Hmm.
Philadelphia. Tom Hanks.
What do you mean by that? Like, if you had to pick which of those you're going with, you'd go with
Well, it's a movie
when it
about
comes to AIDS films.
yep,
Would you go with Dallas Buyers Clubs or Philadelphia? You're saying Philadelphia.
yep,
Yeah, agree,
yep.
100%.
We'll also go Tom Hanks over Matthew McConaughey any day.
Right.
So
I mean, it's Tom Hanks.
yeah. I mean, who doesn't love Tom Hanks?
Right.
Who which one of you people in America, the whole six people we have watching, don't love Tom Hanks?
Right. It's this. Watch. It's probably going to be one of the same people that don't like. That's who I was
Oh.
going to guess.
Jacob, can you tell me who Tom Hanks is? I'll wait. We did this the other night. Something about Garth Brooks, and Jamie was like talking about him, or showed a picture or something, and Jacob's like, "Who's that?" And we're like, "How do you not know who Garth Brooks is?"
Yeah, I mean, he's been the face. He was the face of country music for how long?
He's that trash can that says thank you.
Is there a film where Tom Hanks plays a trash can?
No, I mean I thought he would have went at least with Wilson,
Yeah,
but
I was
that
like,
trash can
oh,
that
I was
says
like, wait, is he talking about Terminal? Old meme. Okay.
I I I can't ask you to name a movie because you're sitting in front of your computer. So you'd probably just look it up. My buddy Eli says he loves Tom Hanks. Of course.
Of course.
Congratulations on your wedding, by the way. That happened not that long ago. Um, Tom Hanks is just great.
Yeah, like even his early stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
big.
where he's playing more of a ha ha role before he gets to do all of his serious film roles.
Yep, yep.
It's Money Pit.
Forrest Gump. I mean, the Mister Rogers movie. Oh, hold on. Jamie's actually saying that right now.
Yeah. Um, Aviator. She's talking about the um.
Splash.
Oh yeah, Splash is great. I'm trying to
The
think.
Mannequin movie.
Mannequin movie.
Yeah, Mannequin.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Philadelphia. Big. God, there's Turner and Hooch. Love Turner and
Turner and
Hooch.
Hooch, solid film.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, Catch Me If You Can with Tom Hanks.
Mm.
Not a fan of. Hey, you didn't age yourself because Splash was a great is a great movie, and so is Mannequin. They came out like a year
Right.
apart.
They did. They did. Um, what was it? Joe versus the volcano? Was
Joe
that the
versus the volcano.
where he's just goofy in that one.
Brendan Fraser.
I actually like Brendan Fraser.
I'm
He's a very underappreciated actor.
I agree. I 100% agree. However, do you remember the movie Encino Man?
Oh, I absolutely love Encino Man.
As I said that, Jamie said, "Oh, wrong one." Caveman.
Yeah, Encino
Mummy's
Man
a
is
good
so great.
movie. I think that the Mummy movies are overplayed, so I can only watch them like maybe once every 5 to 10 years.
Hmm.
Um, God, we can just go on and on about this, can't we?
Yeah, yeah, about movies that we just really enjoy that are kind of underappreciated movies.
Yeah. So, okay, George of the Jungle. Oh, I loved it. I still say, watch out for that tree.
Did you like whenever he played as the Canadian Mountie? Why can I not think of that
Dudley
one?
Do Right.
Yes,
Yes, I liked when he played
I
it.
liked
No,
it
I
for the
didn't like the movie.
same
Yeah.
movie couldn't didn't care much for him playing as that character. Hilarious.
Like, to be honest with you, the Rocky and Bullwinkle in that movie scared the shit out of me. All right, guys. So this is what I want you all to do. I want you to head over to the Facebook page or the YouTube page. I want you to comment and like and share and subscribe. I want you guys to tell us what you think is one of your favorite movies that you think. Yeah, I'm scared. Okay, that you think is underappreciated, and we are going to go through those movies in a couple weeks, maybe. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, go through that movie in a couple weeks and give our rating on those movies to see if we agree with you or we do think that no, you're wrong.
Yeah, and you're probably going to be wrong, but that's just how it
I
goes.
don't know. I don't know. Look at this great, like, back and forth we have going on here with, Jamie and Allison and Jacob and Eli.
Eli,
Like, I'm
yeah,
loving this.
it's
I'm
great.
loving this. Pitch Perfect. Oh,
You guys seem to enjoy Pitch Perfect more than I do.
that is one of my favorite
I
movies.
don't dislike it. I don't dislike it. It's
I can
just not
quote the
one of my
entire
movies
movie.
that where I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch this movie more than like one or two times.
Oh, this is great. Yes. Yes.
Though
Um,
I don't think Siskel and Ebert agree as much as you and I ever like. They rarely ever agreed. You and I agree for the most part.
Bosom Buddies. I've seen that.
Bosom Buddies. Oh, it's a Tom Hanks film. Yeah. Well, Tom Hanks TV. I want to think it was a TV series
Right. I
where
was gonna
Tom Hanks
say,
was in it. It's one of his very early things that he did,
yeah.
where they lived in this. They were at university, and they had to be in order to be there. They had to be dressed up, essentially cross dress, in order to live in the
Yes.
apartment complex that they
Yes,
were
I
able
do
to live.
remember that.
Yeah,
Eli says we won't agree all the time. You are
yeah,
right. We won't. We literally started off this program tonight an hour ago, not agreeing at
right,
all
right.
because I was like, "You're crazy." No, no. How do you find our YouTube channel and page? Okay, so we do. I can actually post it in the chat here. Um, it's also on our Facebook page. I think that's sending. Yeah, and I'll
Yeah,
share
it's
it
in, there
here.
you go.
I'm still trying to figure out how to like after channel put all the best with Max and Jeff. I
Right.
think I have to have a certain amount of subscribers to do that.
To get a specific URL for it.
Yeah, yeah, I think you
Okay.
have to have like 50 subscribers. We have 8. So share the hell out of us because
Yeah.
we're entertaining.
I
Duh.
mean, this has been a great show.
It is. I think we have our niche. Definitely movies and video
Yeah,
games.
yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. We can do segments, 80s movies, thrillers, stuff like that.
well, like
We
how
did Marvel.
yeah, yeah.
We did Marvel
Well,
movies for
just
our
like
second
I was
episode.
telling you, one of my big reasons why Dumb and Dumber is my favorite is because I really enjoy '60s films because it was so much different from '70s and '80s, and you're just like, nope, '60s can go.
I'm not a
Shabbat.
fan of the 60s. Like 70s, almost pushing it. 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Like my favorite scary movie of all time, Halloween.
Hmm.
70s, 80s, let's say.
I think it was
That's my niche.
70. I think it was like 72. Might have been Halloween, maybe 73.
73. The Batman, horrible movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible.
I did not care for it. It was a waste of time.
I would rather watch Twilight again.
Okay, no, out of the two, I'm still watching Batman because at least I get to see a superhero film.
You can see a shiny vampire.
I don't want to see a shiny vampire.
Have you ever seen one
At
before?
that point, they're no longer a vampire if they're just shiny.
Maybe they're just pixies. I don't know. We'll
Oh,
have to
that's
do
it.
some.
Blood sucking pixies.
Yeah,
That's what the confusion was. We thought we were watching a vampire versus werewolves. We were watching instead morphling wolves against blood sucking pixies, and that was the
blood sucking
confusion.
pixies. Yeah, that movie is just so great. What?
Ooh.
Oh, October we're gonna have like a big
Oh
episode
yeah,
about
yeah.
this. Because this October the last Halloween comes out. It's Halloween Kills. Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. That's the last one that's coming out. I haven't seen Halloween Ends honestly yet because obviously it hasn't come out. But I adore all of those. If you,
Well,
Jamie
okay,
said,
so
"Don't do it."
yeah, so your friend Eli here posted something. You can post it about here, and I think he actually just gave us two great ideas for our October one.
Yep,
We do a show each week. We can definitely cover different Halloween based films. If we can go with the Halloween ones, and then just some of our favorites, and then just all Stephen King movies that we enjoy.
yep, that would be a great one. Oh, fairies, not pixies. Sorry.
Hmm.
All right, well, we are going to have to cut it off here. We have some great things coming up for you guys. Again, go rewatch the last 3 episodes on our YouTube channel or on Facebook. Like, comment, share, subscribe, share the hell out of it. Share it 20 times. Give us some ideas. Like,
And then share it 20 more times.
yeah, and then have like it's like a chain letter. I share it 20 times, and then like the people I share it to also
Yeah.
share it 20 times.
And if
We are
not,
live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Time.
from 6 to 7 every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. It sounds like a good day. Usually we went golfing on Wednesday, but the weather's been like
Yeah.
shit.
Well, depending on how the weather is tomorrow, I might try to get around in.
Well, you enjoy that, sir.
Knowing my luck, how it's been for the last 3 freaking months.
It's supposed to be really windy and stormy tomorrow. How are you an hour behind us? You live in Missouri.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Jacob's post on what will happen if you don't share.
He's right. If you don't share, Jeff will hold up his finger, and then you run.
And then you'd be scared.
Scary. We'll have to share that story
Oh, at some point.
at some
Yeah,
point.
we'll share that story.
Yes, I am in Kansas. I am not in Florida anymore. Although I think it should be like swapped because of the Wizard of Oz, but that's fine. We're not in Florida anymore. All right, guys. Until next week, we will see you then, and I hope you guys have a great week. And yeah, thanks
Hey,
for
go have a
laughing with
good dinner,
us.
bud.
I'm having skit.
Oh, I'm probably gonna have some chicken nuggies.
Ooh, nuggies.
Not MCD chicken nuggies, just some home chicken nuggies.
Hey, that's still yes, babe, I'm ready for dinner. That's still good nuggies. All right, guys.
All right,
Catch you next
thank you
time.
all. Later.
Bye.